Good afternoon, Saturday, winter, Hobart. What the hell are you all doing here? There's a lot of people for a wet winter's day. Hello, welcome to 4pm and welcome to Mona for first time visitors. My name is Dean Stevenson. Just saw a world of phones, which is great. If you want to post anything, you can do hashtag 4pm Mona. It's got 2 M's, 4pm Mona. My name's Dean Stevenson. Dean Stevenson Music on Instagram. Dean Stevenson is my name, and as you've seen me sitting here at the piano, writing music, I said to Mona 477 days ago, well, longer than that, but for 477 days, I've been sitting at the piano, hearing Mona making new music every day. Now, there's some questions that are always asked when I say that. The first one is, so when do the musicians see it? The answer is now. You're looking at it now. They haven't played it yet. You're going to hear them do it for the first time. There's a 4pm drinking game. If you found the bar around the corner, get yourself a drink. If you have a drink, I'd like you now to pick one person in the ensemble. Pick one of the four. Give you a minute. Have you chosen someone? Right, each time they touch their pencil, you have a drink. So we're going to put the day together in front of you and have a little rehearsal. We're going to stop and start. Now, the other question that people often ask me is about, how do you find inspiration to do it every day? And my usual answer is something like this. This is like, imagine it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and I don't look this good. Danielle. Sounds pretty, but that note there needs something. That's better. That's just me just playing with notes. So I'm not looking, I don't have an idea. I don't always have a feeling or a story, and it's just me playing with notes, and the notes very shortly tell me whether it's fast, slow, sad, happy, blah, 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 blah. And from that I can create a story if I want, rather than having to have it when I start. So here's the note, and you'll hear those notes played by Brett on the cello. If you could just play the first 4 bars for me, please, Brett. Brett on the cello. Right. So the rest of the ensemble, can I introduce now what's going to happen is at bar 4, play bar 4 for me. That's the first melody, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking about that melody in a minute. So it's from bar 4, and then bar 5 here. Yep. Oh, sorry, together? Yep, together, yep. Good. So, here's the story that I've made up, because I just made it up. I shouldn't have told you that, but I will tell you that. This is what we do. So now, Hayato on first violin, Miranda on violin, Damien on viola, and Brett on cello. Okay. If you can see that screen, you'll watch my score whiz by. If you can't see the screen and you want to look at the sheet music, you can see it over here. Don't take it home. So here is my my idea. I've called this one A princess, a prince, and a Celtic king. Now, usually when there's multiple melodies, multiple ideas in like a 5-minute piece of music, it's too much information and it fails. And it's happened to me a lot. You know, I've done that a lot. After 477 days, I've made lots and lots of fails, and that's okay. But I think today might work. So we have this old. I'm going to call this one whenever you hear that melody. Well, let's think of like the king, if you like, you know, grumpy old man in a castle, that's his. But when we hear this melody played by the first violin, this is like, maybe it's come back as a bit of a dance, but maybe the dance and the princess are the same, because it's just like fun and frivolity. Let's do this. Old-fashioned stuff. From the top again, please, Brett. Sorry, that was from the top, yeah?
Yeah, from the top.
Yep. Grumpy old king. Not you, Brett. And then really in the distance. Again, in the distance, we hear this princess melody. Now tempo comes in. B. Viola. Before we go on, just note that the crotchet at the end of bar 28, second viola and cello has a little lift at the end of, on the last crotchet, little lift, little staccato lift on that last crotchet. Okay, so now we're going to hit let us see, we're going to hear this kind of King's melody come back again with everybody in. So we're enjoying the court. Let us see. Here. So that little section there, H, was like the prince and the princess melody back and forth because they've seen each other across the dance floor. Now, here I am writing a thing with string quartet. about princes and princesses, and tonight I'll be doing a gig playing drums in town singing How the Fuck Did I Get Here? It's a weird life, but here we are. There we go. That's just my life in a nutshell.
Who else has the upbeat minim into I? Does anybody else have that? Just me? Okay.
Sorry. Oh, yes, just you. Just hold it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just you.
And then I'll bring in I.
Yep. Here we go. Yep. Now, as we're putting to, I'm going to point out the melodies as we get to them, so you can identify the characters in this little piece. If that or anything else is confusing, let's have a chat. If the process of composing music is a bit of a mystery and you want to ask a question, or if you've always wanted to speak to a cellist or something or other, or no one has any idea what's going on, why is there a man talking on the microphone when I just want to hear music? Just stop talking. Let's have a chat. Okay, if you have any questions at all. Was all that good?
Yep. Good. Yep.
Now, it's funny because I wrote all these, I don't know what happened to my thing, I wrote all these pen notes on this, with this, and they've all vanished. I was going to, I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, but why?
Technology.
It sucks. I was going to, there's all these descriptors in there. I was going to tell the people at home what was going on. They've all gone. Let's go from letter G again, please. Letter G, the dance. From J, just run J again, so our hands are around that, because there's some different stuff in first violin.
Double stops.
Yes. In J again?
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to be E major at M. I think this is where the prince, I'm making shit up now, where the prince and the princess sort of have finally decided, oh yeah, we're going to be together, but it's going to cost us stuff. So you start to get this kind of modulation and weirdness of melodies coming together. You
sort of conducted a bit slower there at M, but it's actually faster than the bit before. Or is it slower than the bit before?
It's slower. It's slower at M.
Okay, so you want it quite slow at M. Okay.
And so those semiquavers, really light, really light textural. Yeah. The bigger melody in that moment is held by second and viola. Does anybody have any questions? Is anybody curious? Are you concerned? Do you have any suggestions? Should we play it backwards? What should we do? Anyone? Anyone? No? Drums and bass? Anyone? No? Okay. How do I count for the instruments when I'm playing the notes on the piano? That's a good question, because any composer for orchestral instruments has to know A, how they sound. So when I go, you hear a piano, but during the day, I'm hearing a cello. Like, it's just fucking shit in my brain. It's like, it's weird to turn, and that's a short note, whereas the cello can play that note forever. So it's about trying to transform that and through my imagination into another sound. Yeah, it's a weird game. It's a weird game. But they're all written at the same time. It's like all four are having a chat, so you write them all at the same time. Yeah. And they make notes on their parts because they can only see their part. They don't see the other's part. That's what all those pencil marks are for. Okay. Shall we have another go from L, please? Is L okay?
Yep.
Bars of M, rhythmically everyone's cello D da 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 D.
Can we just play that just the three of us, just for notes and stuff? My notes are sounded a bit funny there.
Yeah, I played it.
Oh.
From M?
Maybe just on M.
Just on M, yep.
3, 4.
Correct.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
One of us did something.
Yes, sorry, good. Now, N. At N, what do we have? Yes, good. So,
could we do M again?
Do M again? Let's do M again.
And then we can go on.
Indeed.
Yep.
3, 4.
They've fallen in love or had a kiss or something, I don't know, something like movies from the 50s, that's what happens. Everyone goes, and does the shimmer shimmer. So I love that. I write that in most of my pieces, even when it's not necessary, because I just love it. Can we go again from letter N?
You sort of conducted the writ in the 2 bars before O.
I did, sorry, my mistake.
You just want it in the bar before?
Just where it's written, as written.
Yep.
And then, yes, we come in, it says Adasha, slow with a bit of trepidation at letter O.
Yep.
Actually, yes, sorry, I've just noticed in between M and O, where we just got to, there's an at-shell, but it's sort of ambiguous. Is it the line, is it after M, or is it after N? It's kind of like half.
98.
It's after M.
It's after M.
After M, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's above 90, about 98. Sorry, it's, gotcha, yep.
Thanks. Cool.
From M, N for Nelly?
Yep.
N for Nelly. So there you go. So I gave you people and princes and princess and king and dancers and stuff. Had I not said that, I wonder what you would have thought. Whether we're actually whether we're any good at doing that on our own anymore. Because for quite some time now, we watch music.
125.
I'll say it again. We watch it. We don't listen to it. Music is ubiquitous, but it's always content for a picture. And the picture tells you the character, the scene, the era, etc., etc. If you just shut your eyes, you know, your brain's pretty good at doing it on its own. If I give you just a little hint, okay, so it's a Celtic thing, king, prince, princess, off you go. Allow your brain to do that, because otherwise we're watching music all the time and it loses its power. It really does. So I've given you some little tips, and now we're going to, if there are any more questions from these guys, make some notes and play the piece from top to tail. How's that? All right? Yes. Do you have any questions? Does anybody out there have any questions at all? If you don't have any questions, you can come and chat to me afterwards. I'll be stood right here. This is the 4th season of 4 p.m. So there's this. We started in 2021 and we've already put up season 5, so it keeps rolling on, which is really good. So I think what's different about this is that, you know, we want to show you, we want to lift the hood and show you the making of things, and which you do. You make things at home. You make things at home. You write poetry. You have a sketchbook. You have, you know, you might mow cock and balls patterns into your lawn. I don't know, whatever you do, whatever makes you kind of happy. But you have a way of doing things, and when you do that, you feel really good because you got your thing. It might be poetry, sketching, whatever. So we like to do our thing, and so this is my way of saying this every day. To meeting those questions. How do you come up with something every day? I don't, is my answer. I just show up and just make rubbish until something good shows up, and I encourage you to do the same, rather than thinking you have to have an idea before you begin doing your favourite thing, because you just feel good when you do it. So just do it, and then something good will come, or not, whatever. At least you were doing your favourite thing. And so at the end of each season, we make some albums. You can buy this. Is the season 3. This is number 3. But up in the shop, download CDs. There's 5 albums of downloads there if you want to take all our favourites home. Because out of 477, we have some favourites. I don't know where this will rate on the next recording. I don't know. My process about creativity kind of comes to full fruition in this book. This is 150 of these days. And I've called the book 150 First Drafts. So I kept a journal, which I still do, but I published 150 of them. So in consecutive days, you're going to get to know what it's like to sort of show up here and do this every day for 150 times. There's some thoughts about creativity. You can see there are microphones. We record everything, so there's also all the live audio is through that book. There's QR codes, like 11 hours of music. You can read about the day, listen to the day, bit of a journey. Plus there's a live stream and other things as well. Come and have a chat, I'll be right here. But Rao, we're going to hear today's piece. Do you need me to be here?
There's just one question we had.
One question, love. Yes.
The bit before O, just the note before O. Do you want it held on and then, or do you want to cut before O?
I'm going to hold it on. Yeah, carry on. Yep. Carry on that piano.
Yeah, and really soft. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You're playing down bow.
You all ready?
Well, I was just gonna do one down bow for the pause before O, and then start it up.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. So
If we have enough time,
and then just
play
work out
another piece.
after that.
We'll see.
Piano, it'll be soft.
You good? You happy to lead? You want me?
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So, and then just between R and T, I've just got one long held note. So if you're happy.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll just,
Yep. Cool.
So 477, a princess, a prince, and a Celtic king. Yes, Brett, Damien, Miranda, Hayato. Thank you very much. That was like a kind of a full ballet in 5 minutes, wasn't it? Crazy amount of stuff. And tomorrow I'll probably just write, boom chip, boom chip, boom chip, boom chip. I don't know what I'll do, especially after doing a gig till midnight. I have no idea. There you go. That was 477. Tomorrow we start all over again, and it's something else. Have we got time? Would you like to hear? You're still here. You want to hear another one? Okay. Here's. Please play. This was. I chose this one to play if we had time, because this is one I wrote a while ago. It's called Celtic Lullaby, and might tie in with the theme and the prince and the princess and the Celtic king. I don't know. This is not so much 5 ideas as you just heard. This is when I like this one because it's like 1 or 2 ideas that really kind of work. And when we finished this was day 361. It was a Monday right here, and I went home and went, that was really good, and I don't know why. I mean, I know why technically. I don't know why it came. I don't know why it arrived. And I think that's the thing about creativity. Don't expect it to come every day. Don't expect it to never come, but to show up anyway. Somewhere in between never and always will be your perfect happy day. And this is one of them, which is actually also, incidentally, on that album. It's called Celtic Lullaby, day 361.
I always pick up the tempo. 1, 2, 3. And we all start together. Me. Not me, sorry.
Sorry, okay. Oh, good. We just have the crotchet upbeat. Do we together?
Yes, together.
Hi, together.
Oh, with the upbeat?
There's nothing on the first beat.
No.
Yeah, okay. So first beat. 1, 2, 3. Pick up the J. One.
Hayato, Miranda, Damien, Brett. Thank you so much. Last one's on the volume 3. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can purchase at the shop of prior recordings in the book. And my name's Dean Stevenson. Otherwise, just take away a good, warm, fuzzy feeling. Stay dry, don't drown. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.